Show your compassion. I want to depend on you. I want to trust you. Have you noticed that people aren't wearing masks out in public as often as they did a couple weeks ago? And it's become a big national debate. Let's explore the psychology behind mask wearing. It was so interesting. A few weeks ago, it seemed like everybody was respectful and wearing masks wherever they went. I even saw them on children. I even saw one on a dog. That was a bit weird. People driving their cars wearing masks. Not sure why. But anyway, I was pleased. I felt protected. But then the masks came off and it made me put on my thinking cap. Why? I always ask myself why. I don't judge. I try to have compassion and understanding for everybody. So in case you're scratching your head about why people aren't wearing masks during a pandemic, at least some people, here's the psychology behind it. First of all, some people feel it's an infringement on their civil rights. Human beings don't like their freedoms being taken away. And some of them feel great distress or moral outrage. And this is when they say, to heck with it. I am going to be a free, independent thinker and not care. For other people, they think it's a sign of weakness. Now, stay with me here. When people feel afraid, many people feel if they express that fear publicly, that it'll enhance their feeling of fear. It'll make other people reflect back on them, oh, you're weak, and that will heighten their feelings of fear. So what they do instead is they say, I will defy it. I am strong, I am tough, I will not be afraid, and I will not wear a mask. I know, it's kind of opposite psychology, but that's why. They're actually really afraid. For other people, they find the guidance from government really confusing. In the span of a couple months, we went from healthy people don't need masks. They're only for medical workers. They're not for the public. Yes, everyone should wear masks, especially when you're in closed places. And then no, not when you're outdoors. You don't need masks. I honestly don't know what the answer is, but for many people, they've just thrown up their hands and said, too much misinformation. I can't figure out whether to do it or not or where. So I'm just not going to wear a mask. Finally, some people just find wearing masks uncomfortable. Okay, we know physically uncomfortable. You can barely breathe in those things. When I go for my long walks, I get dizzy sometimes. I have to find a quiet place with no people, take it down, take a few breaths before I start up again. But for others, it's also emotionally uncomfortable. We are accustomed to seeing people in collectivist cultures, many Asian countries, wearing masks. It's accepted, it's a custom, it's considered respectful to the people around you if you might have a cough or a flu. But here in America, we're not used to it. And for many people, it just makes them feel funny, which I should tell you is the reason I wear a mask 100% of the time when I am outside of my house, because I want to be the pioneer. I want to be the role model, the one who says it's cool, it's fine, and we all should. Look, here's the bottom line. Wearing a mask protects others. 44% of the cases of infection here in this country happened with transmission from people who were asymptomatic. They were either pre-symptomatic and they got sick later, or they never had symptoms, but still were able to transmit it. You don't know if you're that person. I know you feel like a healthy, young, strong person with lots of personal freedoms. But there's one thing I also know about you. You have a lot of compassion. That's one of the things we Americans have a lot of. So I'm going to ask you, for me, to open up your heart, show your compassion. I want to depend on you. I want to trust you. So please wear a mask whenever you're near any other human beings outside of your home. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. You can follow me anywhere online at Dr. Wendy Walsh. Also, I do a live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. East Coast time on all my social media. That's Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And the handle everywhere is at Dr. Wendy Walsh. For Local Now, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh.